Hey, what up, girl?
Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city before I leave.
97.1 Amp Radio, Carson Daly, welcoming Kesha to the studio.
Ow, ow.
What's up, Kesha? How are you?
I am amazing. How are you?
You were great last night at Tonight Show. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you. I had fun.
Conan O'Brien's introduction to you was quite flattering. Did you hear that?
Last week, my next guest set a record for female artists when she sold more than 600,000 digital copies of her hit single, TikTok. Her debut album, Animal, is in stores right now. It's a real pleasure to welcome the first breakout star of 2010, Kesha.
Wow, nice.
That is flattering. I was backstage, putting my cape on. I didn't hear that.
There's a lot to talk to you about. It seems like this decade has just been set ablaze by TikTok. The album, I think, was going to come out later. You guys were smart enough at RCA to push up the release date of Animal.
Well, we did. I mean, it kind of just took a life of its own.
I mean, seriously, you couldn't possibly have imagined that TikTok would have the response that it's had nationally.
I didn't even know if it was a good song. I tried to rewrite it like 10 times.
That's the thing. It's a razor thin line between genius and just a terrible song.
And you never know.
And you did it. You did it right. Tell us quickly just a little bit about yourself. I know you're originally from here, but you spent some time in where? Tennessee, Memphis, was it?
Nashville. I was born in the Valley.
Yeah.
And then my mom wrote a country song kind of like halfway as a joke.
I thought your mom wrote punk rock songs.
She did. And so she was like, whatever, I'll just write a country song as a joke. Fast forward, Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, and Merle Haggard. I'll record it. So she was like, all right, I'm peacing out.
So
Let's go do country.
So you got the whole music thing is in your blood.
Oh, yeah, it's all I can do.
That's all you know how. It's all you've ever wanted to do, right?
Yeah, totally, since I was...
Is this story true about you breaking into Prince's house? Is that true?
I didn't break anything. But I was sneaky, and I snuck in.
I mean, what'd you do? You went over to Prince's house, you had your demo with you, and you snuck in the gate, you paid the gardener some money, and...
Yeah, I tried to fit under, it didn't quite fit. My butt was a little bigger back then, and paid the gardener, and ended up... His door was unlocked. I mean, what would you do? I'm just saying.
Yeah. And so I don't know if I would have been at Prince's house trying to give him my demo, but you had the balls to do it. No pun intended. And so you find Prince, and then what? What happened when you actually saw him?
Well, after lurking around his house like a total creep, I was starting to totally creep myself out. And I was like, all right, okay, I'm going to take the elevator up one more floor. And then I walk out, and there he is. So I call my mom, and I'm like, what do I do? I'm in Prince's house. And she's like, what do you mean? Well, give him the CD. And then I did.
That's fantastic. That's what's great about you, Kesha, on the radio with us live at Amp Radio at 8:50. It's Carson. Your album, Animal, is chock full of these great sort of fun stories about, just your life and being young and puking in Paris Hilton's closet and all this sort of stuff.
You got to bring that up, don't you?
Well, it's on the record, too, right? I mean...
It is. No, all my songs are really honest, and I wrote on every single one. So I think I might be getting myself into a little bit of trouble with how honest I am on this record.
Well, it's just getting started for you. Your Love is My Drug. I'm going to play that right now. Tell me about this one.
Well, this one's just about being completely and utterly obsessed with somebody to the point of it just being absurd. Like an addiction.
Okay. This is a true story, too, I'd imagine.
Totally.
All right. Kesha, live in the studio. Your Love is My Drug. Amp Radio. Here we go. My favorite part, Kesha, right here.
Your love is my drug.
This part.
I like your beard.
I like your beard. Brand new Kesha, Your Love is My Drug, as heard right here live at 8:52 on the new 97.1 Amp Radio. Carson Daly. So, Kesha, quickly your timeline, because, by the way, do you start to feel like now that 2010, this is your year? I mean, Gaga was so huge in 09. Does it feel like you're picking up where she left off to some degree?
I think there's room for the both of us. I think we're super different, but I can only hope to have, a plethora of number ones as well.
Pop music needed Lady Gaga in 09 so badly. I mean, she brought so much edge, and even though pop music, which you got great reviews for Animal from Rolling Stone and Vibe, as I mentioned, Wall Street Journal, everybody loves this record because it's fun. And 09 was a heavy year.
I think so too. I think the economy and the world, it's a recession, dancing is free. And I wrote this in a time of my life that I was just having massive amounts of fun as just,
and it feels that way.
Growing process, and I was writing about it, and I think that I'm fighting this war against pretension, fist held high. I'm just ridiculous, and I do the robot, and...
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city before I leave.